Christine, thank you for making time to speak to us during this tough time.
Thank you for having me.
Since the outbreak of coronavirus, the e-commerce sector has seen a shake-up, sort of a disruption, because the world is shutting down and many countries right now are in a lockdown. From your experience with Jumia, what kind of disruption have you seen?
So there's disruption both internally and externally because we have to protect our staff. And by protecting them, it means some of them have to work from home and we have to work with a leaner workforce. And on the other hand, we have demand growing on everyday services that we didn't have before. So we have tried to make a more efficient workplace. But on top of that, to meet the demand, we have partnered with a lot of third parties to try and make sure that we are stocked up on especially the things that people are asking for. We are seeing the demographic of customers who are coming to shop online is changing. Typically, people used to think it's just the youth who do online shopping, but now older people are coming on the platform to buy everyday sugar, cooking oil, groceries, sanitizers, toilet paper, a lot of things that are essential at this time. The shake-up is mostly, I would say, in a positive way because we are seeing change of behavior, people moving towards buying more from online stores and not just the traditional things that they used to do.
Christine, in this wake of COVID-19, what are some of the hot commodities, particularly protective gear, that you're seeing sell out really fast on the e-commerce market?
So definitely sanitizers, face masks, disinfectants like Dettol, and what we have done is made sure that in our pipeline we have sourced from all our partners and we have enough stock coming in the pipeline just to ensure that Kenyans stay safe and they never run out of the commodity. Of course, we've seen people trying to hoard and we've put in some rules even as you buy these things where we don't allow you to buy in bulk so that there's a little for everybody. So there's a certain number that you can buy. Just to make sure that the supply chain continues and it doesn't end.
When we talk about demand, which is something that you've already acknowledged, if we look at a country like China, they acknowledge that within January and February of the lockdown, e-commerce demand went up by 3%. Maybe some of the numbers that you've seen from your end?
So we have seen an increase in specific categories of orders, like I mentioned earlier, and these are basically to do with everyday things. We continue to monitor the numbers and continue to hope that the numbers will remain consistent even after COVID. But yes, there has been an increase.
With this increase comes the need for a proper infrastructural investment to ensure you meet up demand. What are some of these investments or changes you're making?
So one of the biggest changes that we've made is to make sure that we have delivery points closest to where the customers are. And one of the partnerships that we've come into is with Posta. And with Posta, we also have provided a lower shipping fee for the customer. So it is cheaper for us to move goods closer to them. And the Posta network is well established in the country. So it gives us accessibility to all the customers, and it gives the customers access to points where they can go and pick these goods that they're buying. Yeah.
And when we also talk about the demand, it's here and coronavirus is here, but a time is coming when the virus will die down. You think China has really improved and physical stores are going back to reopen. So when normalcy resumes, what kind of incentives will you be putting out there to ensure that people can continue shopping online?
So I think the biggest barrier to e-commerce is trust. That people want to trust that whatever it is they see on the site is what you deliver. So this is a good platform for us to win the trust of the customers so that they know that through this channel they can be able to buy whatever it is. Whatever they see is what they will get. They don't have to come and feel and touch for them to get it. And once this trust is built, then behavior changes. And historically, we've seen when people adopt a certain behavior, it is easier for them to stick to that behavior if you deliver. If you deliver to them if you deliver to them the promise, then they will continue to use the same channel. So for now, we are trying to build on the trust, making sure that we're delivering on time and making sure that we're delivering at the best price possible. We have negotiated with our vendors and we have agreements in place for them not to use exorbitant prices. So once customers have this trust and they know that we have their best interests at heart, not just during this COVID time, I'm sure we will see a change even post-COVID where customers will continue to shop online.
Before I give you your final take, I just want to know from a very overview perspective, how would you say COVID-19 has affected the e-commerce sector globally and locally?
It has created an increase for the need of e-commerce. It has put us in a position where we can help in terms of delivering essential services when everybody else is unable to. So we can ensure that the consumer's life is not too adversely affected. So I think the impact of e-commerce during this period is more of at your service. We want to make sure that you have everything that you need at the most convenient price and at the most convenient way. In the most convenient way. This is the impact that we want to give to society, and then if anything positive comes out of it, it will be also a positive outcome for us. But for now, what we focus on is how do we help make the situation better during this time.
What would you say is your parting shot?
I think at this time, it's everybody stay safe, keep safe, stay at home. Let's contain this coronavirus, and whatever we can do to help as Jumia, we're here to help.
Christine, thank you for making time. And we cannot shake hands, so Atma, namaste.
Namaste.